Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Jae Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are thrilled to have Cory Long, a faith-driven entrepreneur and founder of multiple ventures, including Yroc Consulting and the Entrepreneurial Forge. Cory brings over a decade of experience building seven-figure businesses, blending digital marketing expertise with a passion for empowering others through faith-based entrepreneurship. Based in Texas, his ventures like Yroc Consulting, founded in 2014, and the Entrepreneurial Forward, founded this year, are revolutionizing how businesses grow and how entrepreneurs achieve success with purpose. We'll be exploring his inspiring journey, how his business empowers clients, and his vision for scaling these impact-driven ventures. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Cory, welcome to Founders Future.
Hey, thanks for having me today. I'm excited.
I'm super excited and I'm just an honor to have you on the show. As I just highlighted in there, doing so many things. It's just incredible to have a mind like yours here talking to myself and our listeners. So if you can take us back to the beginning, Cory, I would love to hear what specific problem in the digital marketing or faith-based entrepreneurship space really inspired you to start Yroc Consulting and then later the Entrepreneurial Forge.
Yeah, so we were in full-time ministry for about 17 years. We did youth ministry, college ministry. We eventually worked in children's homes. So we helped kids that were neglected, abused, trafficked, that sort of thing. I was broke. Man, I didn't have a penny to my name, didn't have anything to bank account. My wife and I looked at each other. Our daughter was getting up higher. She was a junior in high school. And we were like, we've got to do something different. If we ever want to be able to retire, do anything for her, send her to college, any of that. And I looked around and there really wasn't many options at that point for somebody that was doing ministry work to have a side hustle or something. So we started Yroc. Actually, I started another business that ended up starting Yroc in 2014. And once we started that thing, that kind of took off. Within a couple of years, we were easily doing seven figures a year. And it was wild how fast it grew. But the whole purpose of that really was to be able to do ministry without taking a paycheck. So our goal was, hey, how can we form a business, allows us to go do ministry without taking a paycheck? All of that culminated into the last 10 years of almost half of that we spent on the road in an RV, just serving and doing things for others and doing all kinds of things. And then the last year, we've started the eForge group to help others do the same exact thing, that to take them to a new level, whether they own a small business or they need to start a business, or they're at that point where they're like, look, how do I scale? How do I get to this point? So we've taken one business to 8 figures. The rest of them are all 6 and 7 figure businesses. It's been a blast, man. We've had a lot of fun.
It sure sounds like it. And just incredible, just the way that you're going about it, right? And just having that faith background. It's clear as day. Look at the success that you're seeing. And when you put yourself in that type of mindset and around those types of people, it really can take you so far. So just incredible having you on the show and bringing that energy here. I love every bit of it. So I would love to really get into it for our listeners, as far as the nuts and bolts of what you're doing here with the eForge now. How are you really generating revenue? So as far as the core offer there, I know you do some digital marketing campaign, mentorship programs, and who is your ideal client for the eForge?
Yeah, so eForge is a little different. What I've found, so I've coached over 5,000 students in the last 10 years through different groups that we've had. I have another training that have a couple of thousand students around the world. Again, all kind of faith-based people that are trying to learn how to create some kind of income, whether it's part-time, full-time, whatever it is. What I've learned over the last 10 years, and especially the last 4 or 5 years, is I've dug into not just them, but me. What's holding me back? What are the things that are constraining me as a business owner? I've easily spent multiple 6 figures the last few years on coaches and mentors and people to speak into my life, because I'm a big believer in that. The eForge came out of that. It was this need that I saw with students. Their identities needed to shift. Their beliefs were very limiting. They just needed more. And so we have group coaching that's set up. I do a weekly coaching call with them. I just taught yesterday, I taught a blueprint method for them to be able to go in and actually anything inside of their business to be able to go, look, we need to make this repeatable. We need to make this a machine, because the desire is to build the machine that builds the machine. And most people just work on the product. They don't work on the machine that's building the product. And so what ends up happening is they stall out. And so eForge is designed to give people the tools. So we talk about different things each week, whether it be models, systems, marketing, or sales. And it doesn't really matter the business. It could be a podcast, it could be a boutique, it could be some kind of big service-based company, it could be a lawyer, a dentist, a doctor. It doesn't matter, because the principles work the same across all businesses.
Incredible. Incredible. So that's the main go-to there. It's just that group coaching aspect that you're
The
really
group coach.
to be a group coach, and mostly around startups and small businesses. That's the focus there that you're at. As far as the scalability of this, where's your mindset for that? Clearly you've scaled multiple in the past. So where's your mindset for the eForge now? How are you planning to scale this to that next level?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of students right now that are at the more of the beginning stages. They're running a few grand, 10 grand a month, and they're looking at, look, I need to get to 20, 30K. I also have students that are looking at coming in that are at 100K a month, and they're looking at getting to $1 million a month. And so it's just an extra zero, man. It's just a matter of putting the right pieces in the right place. So for me, and on my side, I don't really want eForge to ever be huge. The goal is not to build something that has thousands of students in it. The goal is to build something that has hundreds in it. I almost look at it as my Gideon 300. I'm looking for those people that are highly committed. They're ready to change their lives. They're ready to change. Maybe they're passionate like I am about helping others. Maybe they would do ministry or a nonprofit, or they've started something that foundation or something that they really want to fund and be able to do stuff with. As far as scaling on my side, we really are looking at finding the right people. So I only add about 5 to 10 people a month into the eForge. It's limited. And I want it to be that way because I want to make sure it's very high touch. I want all of the students to have huge success. So I've got students already that have been in there for 12 weeks or so that are already 5-fold bigger than what they were when they came in. Kind of unreal. It kind of shocked me when he told me that. I was like, really? Seriously? You've grown that much? And he goes, yeah. That's okay.
It's a beautiful thing. That is
it's amazing. It's amazing.
And I think the super cool part about that is just the fact that you have that personal touch, right? Only bring on that 5 to 10. So that way, okay, I'm going to affect people, right? They're working with me. They trust me. I'm going to bring as high quality as possible, keeping it close and adding them into the rest of the success. Incredible. Talk to us a bit, Cory, about the acquisition side. What's working best for you there? What channels? And do you have a lever that you can pull that is bringing in predictable quality leads for you?
So I have an advantage. I've spent the last 10 years. We've spent millions of dollars on ads. My face has been everywhere. I've literally sat in churches on a Sunday morning and somebody's come up to me and gone, "Are you Cory Long?" And I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
Possibly.
They'll ask me, and before long, they're like, "Hey, I saw your ad, and this is what you're doing," and blah, blah. And they would get to talking to me about that. And I've been even stopped out in public, and people have said, "Are you Cory Long?" So I have enough visibility out there right now that the brand is at least there. They know me as a faith-based entrepreneur. They know me as someone that does what I do. So we're pushing real heavy into Instagram, into YouTube, all the social media stuff. We actually have just launched a branding campaign for my own name. So we have a knowledge panel out now for Cory Long. If you put in Cory Long Entrepreneur, you'll see the knowledge panel pop. Just like for any bigger celebrity or anybody, we can do that for you. Like we can do that for just about anybody through Yroc. And so those are things that we're doing right now to create client acquisition. We're putting out videos, we're putting out content. I'm starting a podcast specifically for eForge, just to bring in guests that are going to be specific to that. Like those are things that we really want to make sure that we are offering at a really high value. And since I don't need hundreds of clients, I just need 100 maybe in the next 12 months. Since I don't need a ton of people, it allows me to really be picky. Not everybody's going to be a fit. I don't need everybody. I don't want everybody in it. I want just the people that are super highly focused and committed to making a shift and a change. As you probably have found out, if they're not willing to change and do the work, I don't want your money. You're wasting your time, you're wasting my time, and everybody else that's in the group that is committed. Like, I don't want that person in the group.
Exactly. Yeah. It just
Yeah.
brings them all down. Right. So
Yeah.
I could not agree more. It's just, it really is about that quality and you have to want it. You really have to want it. So with that there, the sales process for you, what does that look like? Are you running the show on your own here? Do you have a sales team, marketing team?
Yeah.
Do you to get this going?
So depending on which business that we're talking about, I have some businesses that have sales teams and they have a whole marketing department. With eForge, it's just me right now. If you are going to come into eForge, you're probably going to talk to me, which is really unusual. I probably am more accessible right now in this course or this group coach than I have been in anything that I've done in years. I don't know about you, but I love to coach. I love to train. I love to help. I love to serve. So when I can get in and I can find out about the guy that just did 50,000, I have one of my students just landed a $50,000+ deal, and it's life changing for him. It's literally giving him the ability to retire his spouse. And I'm going, one deal. Like he's only been in it. I think he was been in it 7 months when he landed that, 6 months when he landed, or I'm sorry, 6 weeks when he landed that, because it's only been up a couple of months. And it's been amazing to watch that. But the client acquisition right now is either social media, direct asks. I think we sometimes forget about just reaching out to people and just asking them for their business. I don't know what the fear is that causes us not to do that, but you directly reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to be on my podcast?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a direct ask, right? We don't do that for our own business sometimes. And so I reach out directly. We have our socials, our other stuff that's drawing people in. We usually have a conversation. Sometimes we'll get on a Zoom if that's needed. I do have some one-on-one that I do, but I can only do that for just a few people, and it's pretty costly. It's got to be worth my time. Yeah, but that's it. Now that's the sales process. We go through just a direct, it's you and me chatting. Let's see if you're a fit. If you are, great. And if you're not, that's cool too.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And I just wanted to touch on the acquisition a bit more, just because I know that you were spending a lot with the other business on ads. Is that something you're doing for eForge on the ad side, or is this more organic that you're focusing on?
Spent $0.
Wow.
I haven't spent a dime on client acquisition. Right now I've spent, I want to make sure that I'm 100% curl. I think right now it's 100% profit coming into that company. I can't think of an employee that I have that's directly just eForge. Now, I have an intern for the summer that's helping me with social media and do some other stuff, right? But it's also for my brand. It's also for Yroc, other things that I'm doing. It's not just that. But there's no direct money coming out for really anything right now. Everything that I use for the program is all free softwares, or I already have Go High Level for my other company, so I'm not paying anything for that sub account. That's where I'm at.
And it's a beautiful thing. And I love Go High Level as well. What a platform. Oh my God. What a
super easy.
It is a phenomenal.
The bad part about it, it's not working this morning. In fact, one of my sales guys just hit me. He's like, hey, are you having problems with GHL today? I'm like, yep, can't get into it.
They better figure it out. High Level.
Yeah.
Listen to this and figure it out.
Glitchy. It's glitchy sometimes.
There's a lot of people on it. I can imagine.
There are a lot of people.
There's a lot of people, and the white labeling. There's so much to do with that software. It's beautiful. I personally love it. So with that, clearly you're doing so much, Cory. Just the passion and the motivation that you have to continue to provide that quality. So what does the rest of this year look like for you? Are you still focusing on Yroc, or is that more on the side, and the eForge is really where you're locked in on? Talk to us through the rest of the year going into 2026. What does that look like? What are you laser focused on?
I'm actually selling a couple of businesses right now. So I have a couple of, in fact, I was just having a conversation with our office manager about that a second ago. So I've got 2 businesses that we're selling, another that we are trying to figure out exactly what we want to do with, so that I can start to remove some things off of my plate so that I can focus more. The rest of this year will be eForge and Yroc. That's the only 2 things that I'll probably focus on. We actually have a potential event towards the end of the year that I'm be doing, where I'll present those 2 businesses at that event and really focus on rep management, AI search, AI branding. That kind of thing is going to be a huge focus for Yroc going into the rest of the year. If you don't understand what's coming, you're going to be left behind as far as marketing goes. And so inside of eForge, I'm teaching how to do it if somebody wants to learn how to do it, and educating them. Yroc, of course, offers done for you services. So I can do the actual work for somebody if they just would rather me do it. So those 2 things are going to be really big for the end of the year. Our goal is to run 7 figures before the end of the year through those businesses. And there's really no reason why we can't do that in both of those, just with the client acquisition that we already have set up and what we're doing. So it'll be a blast, man. There is
sounds
nothing holding back, as we all know, like we are the bottleneck.
yeah.
So once we get out of our own way, it's amazing what can happen.
100%. And that's one thing I did want to hear from you, being that you have so many things clicking right now. Do you have bottlenecks that you're thinking about right now? Or is that
This guy.
it's the core, it's core. It is
Here's what I've learned. So I got we call them entrepreneurial seizures. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, right? Oh, this is a great idea. Let's go start this. So I have an epoxy company that I own that's done really well. In fact,
pretty cool.
I just looked a minute ago. We got a $31,000 payment from a job we just did this last week. So it's a good business.
It's a big floor, man.
It's made money, right? It's made money. We make normally a good epoxy company is going to make 40% margin, sometimes 50% more, depending on the size of the floor.
Yeah.
And so it's good money. But the problem is I have not put the systems and structures in the past in place the way I needed to. It has consumed more of Cory than what's needed. And so I wanted to make sure that as we went into the rest of this year, I could hyper focus on just Yroc and eForge. Those businesses are like the epoxy. I've already found a buyer. He's excited about it. He's going to do great. I'm going to make a little money on it. It'll be great. And so we're going to move some of these things off my plate. The calendar, what I have found coaching entrepreneurs is they are doing too much.
Yes.
And I'm guilty of the same thing. Oh, this is a great idea. Let's go do this. Let's go start that business. And then before long, I've got another business. My wife at one point was like, you got to quit opening LLCs. Like,
I'll say, you're never home, Cory.
So
I love it.
And I love working. I don't mind it. So I have to be very intentional about my calendar. Yeah. So if there's any one thing that I would encourage everybody to do is pay attention to that calendar.
Yes. And I think the biggest lesson there, especially for our listeners, Cory, is what you just said, is that you love working. Right? Not many people can say that, because when you are doing what you're passionate about, it's not work, right?
Nope.
It is not work. And that is truly the beauty of the show, and why I love being the host of the show, because I get to talk to people like that, love what they do, are so passionate, and just exude that and are just breathing it, and it doesn't feel like a job. And that's true beauty. And I love that you said that, because it really resonates with me, and I hope it hits home for our listeners as well, because being a founder is so difficult, but if you love what you're doing, you can breeze through everything. Just incredible on that front. So with that, I would love to take us into the lightning round here. And the first question on this side I have for you, Cory, is how do you see the digital marketing or the faith-based entrepreneurship space really evolving in the coming years, especially with your generosity-driven approach? What are you doing to keep yourself at the forefront of that evolution?
One is I'm still in the trenches. I still do this stuff day to day. We still have Yroc. That's the difference between me and a lot of the other people that have trained or I've been in their courses in the past. I still do it. We're still in the trenches. I'm doing AI stuff for myself. I'm in the middle of trying to create courses and trainings. And I did a 2-hour training last week on AI search, or 2 weeks ago, with my eForge group, teaching them how do you even start this, because it's brand new. This is brand new stuff. So that is going to change everything, whether you are a podcast person, whether you own a small business in your local town, whether you're regional, national, doesn't matter. AI is here. People are searching you. You better have a presence.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love that. And as far as a tool or a resource goes, obviously you're doing so much. You've got to have some really good tools in place there. What's been the biggest game changer on that side for either Yroc or the eForge?
Yeah, I'm going to go really basic here. ChatGPT.
Yep.
Is it the best? Maybe not. I don't know. Here's what I will tell you.
That could be reviewed. I think so. There's an argument
for the way we work inside of our businesses right now. Chat has been one of the foundational pieces. Every single staff member that I have opens it, uses it every single day.
Yes.
We are working prompts. We're working on custom GPTs. We're working on all of those pieces of the puzzle, because we know that it is here. It's going to stay. You better figure it out or you're going to get left behind. And so for me right now, that's probably one of the best tools if somebody's just learning, starting out, or even if they're advanced. It'll do all kinds of things, and people don't realize how much it really can do. It's just a matter of learning it. But you've got to get in there and just get into the middle of the mess, right? You can't just read about it. You can't just listen to a podcast about it. Go sign up for an account, free account, just start using it. It's amazing what it can do.
It is incredible what it can do. And
I'm running some ads right now that the chat ads that I'm doing are way better than the ones that I created.
Interesting.
Cost per lead.
Interesting. And that's the thing. I hope the listeners tuned in, because that was one of the biggest things you just gave right there. And if people aren't using it, what are we doing?
Yeah. You have to know how to educate it. You have to know how to do what it is, give it the information it needs. Like somebody still has to be the architect of the whole thing. But once you have that tool in your hand, it's amazing what it can do.
Absolutely. And just one more question for you here, Cory, and that is going to be for our listeners. What is the best piece of advice that you can offer to the listeners tuning in right now? Just heard your incredible journey, and I'm sure are as motivated as I am by you. What can you leave them with before we wrap up the show today?
Get around others that are where you want to be as fast as you possibly can. If there's any one thing that I have learned, it's getting around people that have already done, like they're already there. They've already been there. They bought the t-shirt. They've already done the thing. They've been through the challenges. They're making the money, living the lifestyle, doing whatever it is that you are trying to go do. Get around those people, whatever it takes to do that. If that means paying a coach, like getting involved in something like eForge, if that means getting in something local where you're at in a small business community, whatever that means, get around people that are already way past your success. They think different. They look at life different. They're going to force you to level up faster. And it only takes one relationship. One relationship. That's all it's going to take for you to knock it through the just completely out of the park. Just one. Like all we need is one. And sometimes we get isolated and we sit behind a computer or we do whatever it is that we're doing in our business and we just don't get around people. Go get around somebody that's successful. Take them to lunch. Buy them coffee, do whatever it is, do whatever you got to do to get around people that are highly successful.
I love it. I love that. With that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. Cory, truly cannot thank you enough, man. I want this
Thank you for having me.
hours long. I could talk to you all day. The energy is incredible. And just coming on the show, sharing your journey and your insights, and clear as day why you've seen the success that you've seen and why you will continue to achieve some new heights. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show, Cory. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, which I know so many of you have, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And also don't forget to check out Cory's work at corylong.org and explore his book, To Love is to Give, on Amazon.
Yes.
For more resources and insights, you can visit us here at closers.io, where we are dedicated to helping businesses accelerate their growth through trained appointment setters and world-class marketing systems. Until then, keep climbing, and we will see you on the next one.